I don't know what's been going on in the Energico lately, but I have really been feeling creating content. And I'm so happy about that because I feel like I'm in my happy place. Creating content has always been something for me that has been fun. And I remember I created a video and it went viral because it was on a topic that was really popular at the moment. And it made it so that overnight I had like thousands of people who were subscribing to my channel, and they were subscribing to my channel based on the topic that I was talking about that I went viral for, which felt very restrictive. And I remember I was making some videos on that topic because I realized that's what the audience wanted. But it came to a point where it felt like when I started to really create the content that I really enjoyed, it just didn't hit. And it didn't hit because I was experimenting and creating all these different videos and clinging to whatever was trending at the moment. And if you build your presence online based off of a trend as opposed to who you actually are, it will feel restrictive because you're not actually being yourself. You're getting people to come follow you based on a lie. Sure, maybe you have an opinion on that topic, but if you don't really love that topic, why would you create content on it just for the sake of going viral, just for the sake of getting followers and subscribers? It doesn't make any sense. And that's essentially what I realized through that experience, is that if you don't build your presence online based on who you actually are, and you actually have the vulnerability to put yourself out there and to be judged, it's going to be very hard for you to build a community that you genuinely give a fuck about you, and or who genuinely care about you and who care about what you're talking about and what you're sharing, because you don't even care about it. And I think that's why certain types of channels, like if you're purely an entertainment channel, or if you are grabbing people's attention in the cheapest way possible and you're not forming deep bonds with them because you're not being vulnerable about how you really feel about certain things, then the bond between you and your audience isn't very strong, okay? And because it's not very strong, when you then go out there and you are trying to get brand deals and whatever the fuck you're doing to make money, you're not going to convert as many people as the person who has a deep connection to their audience, because that person is being authentic online and showing up and doing the hard thing, and not just being, oh, what will work with brands, what is as vanilla as possible so that I don't have any issues. That's not doing anything for you at all. Because I think ultimately, and this is something that I've been thinking about, like, I don't think the goal is to get brand deals. I think the goal is to live an authentic life and to create things in the world to connect people and to enjoy your life. And if everything you're doing is to essentially be validated by people, whether it's to be getting those brand deals by these companies that you don't necessarily align with, but, well, they pay a lot, so I want that because more money equals more stuff, and more stuff is finally going to make you happy. Oh, wait, no, it's not. It's not going to make you happy. It's actually going to make it ever apparent to you that none of the stuff really means anything in the first place. And what you really want is love, is acceptance. But that is something you can only find within. So you can continue to post the meaningless content, or the content that you know has meaning to someone but has no meaning to you. You just know it makes you money. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And it's the same for any career. If you're going after something because it's going to make you money, not because it makes your soul leap for joy, you're going to get to a certain point where you're just going to feel empty inside, because you're not being honest with yourself about the real issue. The real issue is that you are not being your full, authentic self. You are living a life that other people are saying you should live and how you should live because you care about their validation. And that's the truth. And what I intended on saying when I came on here in the first place was talking about how life is all about the energy that you bring to the table. And I think this is still obviously connected to this, but this definitely went in a different turn. And I kind of love that because I don't really have a plan for a lot of these videos. And I think that's the magic of being in the moment. I think maybe a lot of us, we are way too focused on being perceived a certain way. So we hold ourselves back from expressing ourselves honestly in the moment. And we express ourselves how we believe people want us to express ourselves. And people can see through that. Like, I know I can see through that. And it's taking me a while to get here where I can see through that. But I think that's why I resonate really well with people who you can tell it's not a performance. It's just who they are. It's just who they are. They're not trying to say the perfect thing. They're not trying to do any of that. They are being themselves. They're being present in the moment. And I think you can be yourself when you're present in the moment. It's hard to be yourself when you're thinking about the future, or you're thinking about the past, or you're thinking about what you didn't do, how you could have been better, like just overthinking, really. Like, what beats overthinking is being present. And part of what's making me say this is that I'm reading this book. It's called In the Zone. And I was just reading about these two different energies, right? Like the critical advisor, and what was the other one? It was something else. But basically, the critical advisor is that voice in your head that's always criticizing you and saying, oh my gosh, why did you do this that way? And blah, 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 blah. Like, it's always finding something to be mad at. It's those doubts, those fears, those insecurities. But it's like, if you're present in this moment and you're experiencing life, you're not really going to be overthinking anything. You're just going to be living your life. And I think that's the key. We are human beings. We're not human doings. Why are we so crazy? Talking to myself here. Life is all about energy. If you're in a good energy, if you're out of your head, if you're not trying to figure out what's going to happen in your life and instead live it, life gets so much better. And I'm saying this to myself. Okay, I'm saying this to myself because it's true. So what are we doing here? We're focused on what's going on in a place that's nowhere near us. We're focused on what this person said at work, what our family member said to us. It's like, why are you focused on that? Focus on yourself. Focus on the present moment. Obviously, we have to think about certain things and structuring ourselves for the future, but get to a point where you can put things on auto pay. Trust that everything, structure yourself well, obviously, and be in the present moment. Like, if you can't do something about something right now, why are you worried about it? Like, what's the point? What's the point? There's no point. So literally, ground yourself. If you really think about this moment right now, is there anything super pressing? No, there's not. If you can be that present all the time, your life will radically transform. I know when I do that for a few minutes each day, I notice a huge shift in my energy. And I notice a huge shift in the people, places, and things that I attract into my life. And that's what life's about. You can shift the energy that you're emitting by shifting the thoughts that you're thinking about. And the thoughts that you think about obviously have an effect on the actions that you take. It's all connected. Try it out. See what happens. I will see you in the next one. If you're interested, like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend. I have a podcast that I'm now producing twice a week because I got that divine intervention to do that. And recorded one today, which is going to be posted on Saturday, but I have one that was posted yesterday. And let's chat. Join the tribe. I don't know what to call this. Yeah. All right. Bye.